Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Tyranny with me, Bring It On.
Right.
Before I forget, let's pop some consumables. What do we have? Mead, fruit, water, and cheese.
On it.
The 4 essential food groups for our combat-focused breakfast. Well, that's a brutal first thing to see when you arrive in a place. Not just a head on a spike, but a whole corpse on a spike. And a bunch of corpses piled underneath it. Well, it's a little bigger than I was expecting it to be. Surprised I can't enter through that. Try to get the jump on these guys, but I also don't see anybody in there yet. So it's possible there's no one here. Do I have any red markers on the map yet?
Sorry, I can't.
Well, that's the whole of the outside of the fort. This place is manned by a skeleton crew. Could be that half of the choirmen are out raiding, but I don't like it. Her nostrils flare. Either way, this is our best opportunity to get in and out without having to cut our way through 100 course scrubs. How many more people are we going to have to kill in there? However many throw themselves at us. If they're chorus, they're already dead, so save your pity. She nods stiffly. Let's say you and I go bind ourselves some fates. Blood stains the wall, thick as layered paint, and dead flies stick to its tacky surface. There seems to be too much gore to be the result of battle. If it's supposed to be decor, its meaning is lost in its mad access. Yeah, I don't think it's the choirmen. I think it's just Catorius. Let's get back in here. We'll get a little closer, then pop our buffs.
I will aid you.
Step right up. Find your death at the hands of the Fatebinder.
Wait, what? Well, let me click Gifted the Golem on him. That was weird.
I cannot.
Oh, yeah. I'm glad I buffed up because a lot more are running in. I still don't think it's going to be a problem. I mean, look what level we are. So. But still, better safe than sorry. Let's see. Unravel Minds. And then we'll put Healing Aura on Barrick. And haste him up. But one thing at a time. Let's actually get behind them and use Cleave. First thing. I'm actually going to send Burst back here to take care of their mages and back line. Yeah, just took out 2 with Cleave. Awesome. Alright, then thrust this guy and sunder this guy. That should be enough to probably kill them. Alright, not quite. Let's see, Skullcracker, this guy. False Pit, this guy.
As you command.
Barrick, taunt him. Then striking Iron, this guy.
I will
Tear your skeleton out by
So far, easy peasy.
your ass.
No, sorry.
It's a hit!
Alright. Good killing, team. Yeah, this place is pretty morbid. Like, more so than the standard Scarlet Corps camp. Also very empty. I like the soundtrack he's playing. Actually, I think there's a soundtrack in this game that I don't like. A half-dozen corpses, most bearing disfavored brands on their skin, hang in various states of bloody abuse in this converted animal pen. It's unclear whether this torture served as interrogation or entertainment. I think we can surmise that it was for entertainment, considering the rest of this fort. Rust-marred iron weapons have been strewn haphazardly in this corner of the fort. Some seem to be vicious knives, broken down from larger swords, while other blades boast new barbs or serrated edges. Alright, we can probably safely assume there's going to be a fight in here, so let's take care of our buffs first.
This one is under my protection!
Yeah, there's Kyros. A man spins to meet you as you enter the core of the stronghold, his carbon black skin gleaming with a sheen of sooty sweat. Sweeps of gray ash smear his red robes, and he grasps in his hands the staff of a bloodchanter, orange flames licking its length. Verse, Archon. His eyes flicker to you, and he bows his head slightly. Do you know who I am and why I'm here? That should make things quick and easy. Her eyes shimmer with the reflected light of Kyros' flame. Kyros, what a pleasure. Lantry scratches at his arm with the point of his quill. Lantry, I see your tumescent support of the Overlord hasn't withered with age. I am but a simple servant to a Fatebinder. He offers his open palms, empty of all save smeared ink, and the quill dangling from between two fingers. And I am the Archon of Youth Everlasting. He chuckles, a sound not unlike gravel shaken in a bag. To Lantry. Introductions are in order. Archon, I'm going to introduce Kyros the Younger, Sage of the School of Ink and Quill, Master of the Pyrrhic Arts. He bows slightly, flourishing his hand toward the Fire Mage. Kyros, this is Donald, the Archon of, well, of the Mountain Spire, I suppose. A pleasure, Archon. He bows slightly, but doesn't take his eyes off of you or Verse. You seem pretty darn matter-of-fact about it for someone whose remaining life is measured in hours. So long? You think I'm gonna make it quick? Kindling? No, no. I'm gonna savor this. Nice and slow. She barks out a laugh. Kyros rings his staff with both hands, regards you with narrowed eyes. How did I come to earn your unbridled enmity? You let Crocus live, and he was easily the worst of us. She killed Crocus. That wasn't my call. Versus weapon appears in her hands. No, we killed Crocus. She slit his throat. Hold, Fury. Are you the slightest bit curious about why the man who killed your Fury friends holds a tent in the middle of a Kyros-forsaken Scarlet Course encampment? He holds out a flat, filthy palm. That stops verse short. Her eyes, when he looks to you, have widened with doubt. You got something to say, Sage? Spill it before we spill you. Couldn't have said it better myself. First turns, buoyed by the wrath in your words like a feather on a warm updraft. Simply put, I'm a creature of the voices of Nerat. Have you no honor, Sage? Varric steps to Verse's side. The voices? What are you trying to say? The Chorus took me and everyone in my village almost 4 years ago, my wife included. I think you'd like Marion, were she not wrapped up in all of this. She's broad of shoulders, muscled like a beast woman, her spirit full of oil and fire. He taps his staff thoughtfully. Marion sounds like the name of no choirman I've ever met. That's her true name, not her conscript name. I won't call her by that. Yeah, get to the point. Muscle matters in the chorus, but a vicious killer is just a pawn to the Archon of Secrets. Only knowledge truly matters. That may be valuable to them. Marion, less so. He stares into the magical flame cooling at the head of his staff. So you cut a deal. Her upper lip curls back, revealing a sharp, yellowed canine. I told them I'd do whatever they wanted, as long as they kept out of their more sacrificial operations, or kept her out of their more sacrificial operations. He lets loose another long sigh, shoulder sinking slightly, as if under a growing burden. As a tearsman and a sage, I could go places the voices people couldn't. Join causes that they couldn't. Long before the Tarkus clan reached an agreement with the sages to slaughter the garrison at Vendrian's Well Citadel, I helped Tarkus Demos plan his resistance. The voices allowed the Oathbreakers to slaughter the Chorus's expendable gangs, as distractions for their true objectives. The voices thought Verse and her sisters were expendable. Bullcrap. Each Fury's worth 24 conscripts. A sisterhood that dances together like ours? There's no more vicious force in the whole freaking field of war. I think you're right. Or something like right. We weren't supposed to kill you, and we weren't supposed to take you alive. The voices wanted to witness your squad's deaths. The sage nods vigorously. But you didn't want to kill us all. You took Geyser. Verse's words carry the chill of winter. We captured one of you, yes. Arista wanted to finish her off as a warning. Crocus thought we could sell her. I sided with him and suggested a ransom to the Archon of Secrets. That's what we did. I got your friend home to the voices. His gaze rises to Verse's. You expect us to believe that Nerat cared enough about one of his own to purchase her back. I'm not sure it matters what you believe. You lie. Red Geyser, my sister, is dead. Mismatched eyes glare from beneath a lowered brow. If so, she was killed after we left her with the Archon. Which I suppose brings us to the present. The voices left me with standing orders. If you ever figured out the truth of it, I was to bring you to them. So that's what happens next. He rubs the bridge of his nose. Which is why I've kept you talking until the reinforcements return from patrol. In the brief silence that follows, you discern quiet chatter and the sound of boots on dry earth from somewhere in the fort. Yeah, you've left us with no choice, Kyros. We have to kill you before they get to us. There are more soldiers coming into the fortress now than you felt on your way to me. Do you truly believe you'll leave this place? His chapped lips purse. And this conversation is over, right? Murderous anger flickers with reflected flame in her eyes as she glares hungrily at Katorius. Yeah, what do you want, Verse? I trust you to make the right call. Easiest choice I've ever made. I'm going to enjoy this dance, Katorius. For Red Geyser. Verse grins at Katorius. It's a darn shame, Archon. Looks like your friendship with this chorus rat will be your demise. He readies his staff as the sound of the approaching chorus gangs grow louder. Well, I am not worried about it, buddy. Don't you worry. Sunder, Skullcracker, Verse. Light him on fire first. Actually, no, we should do our spell buffs first. Before I get too carried away here.
Not a problem, boss.
Alright, Lantry, first things first. False Pit these guys. Haste Barrack. Then Unravel Mines, the three. Well, we'll deal with that later. One thing at a time. Alright, then we're going to cut down Katorius. Let's see. Sunder and Skullcracker.
Entirely useless.
And then Verse, you will use Eternal Flame on Katorius.
If I had kid.
Then Verse, use Sweeping Death. Should take care of most of these guys, if not all of them. Rival Minds on these two, and then I guess Vital Body yourself.
Who says you can't teach an old dog nature?
Well, that's one dead Katorius. That's for sure. Alright, then we'll thrust this guy.
I got it. Come and feast.
I'll tear your skeleton out by your ass.
Alright, Lantry, False Pit that guy. Then everybody else will cut him down, I guess.
Not a
Eternal
problem,
Flame and Sunder.
boss.
And I guess Striking Iron as well.
I need to try a different weapon.
Can't do that.
Alright, let's finish cutting our way out of the fort. Should be easy enough. Let's level up Lantry first. Lantry, what do you need? I guess quickness. And then here, I guess we'll just get miasmic strikes. Lantry's critical hits with weapons weaken enemies. They'll probably never proc. I mean, I could go... You know what, let's go this instead. Gifted Healer improves control life skill by 10. I could buff up some more. Yeah, let's do that. I'll buff up one last time before we push our way out of the fort. It's not really like I need to, but it feels good to do. Have all these abilities, I may as well use them.
My protection.
You're dead.
I don't think so.
Alright, Lantry, let's see. Whoops. That's not what I had selected. I guess Healing Aura Barrack. And then False Pit these guys. Let's send Verse back here. See, Sunder, Thrust, then we'll use Skullcracker on a more healthy enemy. I guess this guy after that. We'll figure it out. Let's get Lantry up here and use... Oh, where's it at? There we go. Unravel Mines. That guy was extraordinarily easy to kill. Alright, Barrett, go ahead and taunt for me, and then Striking Iron this guy. Lantry, go ahead and haste Barrick, and buff their damage.
Consider it done.
Are you afraid of me? Damn my eyes!
Alright, Fury's Embrace. Not quite enough to kill him. We can use Eternal Flame, then we'll use Mocking Iron, and... Let's pick on a spit after that.
You got it.
I need to try a different weapon.
Drive yourself onto my blade.
Alright, push into the next fight. I'm not going to, loot. I'll come back and loot after we take out the next group. I want to try and take them out while our buffs are still up.
Look at that.
Alright, how do I want to handle this one? I'll send Verse to the back, take care of that guy. And we'll just cut our way from front to back with the rest of the team. No need to get fancy. Let's see, False Pit this right here. Then we'll throw this out.
Consider it done.
Jeez Louise. The volcanic weapon is just tearing through them. Doesn't do a ton of damage, but it looks cool. Alright, let's see. Sweeping Death here.
Time to change weapon.
See, buff, and then Unravel Mines like that. Verse, you're gonna go after the
You
Blood
got it.
Chanter next, instead of going after whoever you're going after. Skewer and Fury's Embrace. So you go ahead. I don't need a cleave. I'll just thrust right here.
Pay attention, kids.
Or thrust right here.
I've learned something.
And then Skullcracker this guy. See, Haste Barrick and Vital Body yourself.
As you command.
This weapon is useless.
Alright,
This weapon is
that wasn't so bad. But I also think that we're extraordinarily overleveled for this area. Weird that there's Crimson Spear boots here. Did we fight a Crimson Spear? I didn't see it. I'm curious what those look like. They look pretty cool. But these boots are better. Alright, well that's a Scarlet Chorus fort taken down. By a group of 4 people. Which I guess one of which is an Archon, but our power isn't directly beneficial to combat, it's casting edicts. So it's not like we're getting a benefit from being an Archon in combat. Shove that in your ballast holes, you birdbone scrotum jerks. A verse makes a series of creative hand gestures. A voice shatters, the thick silence had fallen over the palisades. Screw Catorius, screw her stupid wife, and screw the Archon of Secrets. She laughs as a cool breeze rolling off the mountains to the west unsettles her feathers. You still with me, Verse? Yeah. Way to yank me out of the moment binder. I was close to enjoying myself. Lapsing into silence, Verse stares up into a sky still smeared with the smoke of the burning library. Puts both hands on her back, just above her hips, and stretches, jutting her pelvis forward until her spine releases a series of satisfying snaps. Nothing simple in your wake, is it? With the voices, I listened when I was supposed to listen, reported everything I heard, killed what he told me to kill. Black and white. Black and red, anyway. She smirks. I guess it was always complicated. I just ignored the complexities. I can't operate solely on gut instinct anymore. My gut would see this whole darn peninsula burned to the cinders. And then what? She massages her right eyebrow. A Tyrannos rewards strength. I didn't think I was strong enough to move in, well, influential circles. And that, I don't know, makes me nervous. Ha, listen to me. Next thing I'll be wearing robes and making you call me Archon. Let's finish this later. I want to get out of this hole binder. She brushes dust from her palms. Talk to Verse at the spire. Well, let's do that first. And then we'll go and deal with the voices. Which we had to go back to the spire to grab Siren anyway, so... That's perfect. Alright, before we do anything else, let's grab our rewards from the forge and from the library. Alright, cool. We got the Staff of Cairn. Oh wait, no, we're still forging something. Alright, then let's go to the Ocean Spire and grab, or start researching something else. The Edict of Malediction. The sages at your library comb through ancient scrolls, searching for hints of arcane knowledge. They found a ritual that may give insight into how Kyros commands powerful edicts. This information will unlock the precise wording of a previously unknown edict. So we have a new edict. That's interesting. Let's take care of the drug recipe, and then let's go to the training grounds, get the hide from that provider. Alright, to the mountain spire, we're going to rest here. I'm hoping that finishes the project going on at the forge. We can go grab the item from the forge, the headhunter, and then start doing our next item. Which might be Sentinel?
Yes.
If we have enough resources for it. Alright, cool. We got Headhunter and... Still have enough for Sentinel. We need 15. Alright, well I think I know just the person to talk to. Let's go to Rebos real fast and see if he has 3 bronze laying around. This is the last item we can forge because we can't do the boots because we don't have that mantle. And I don't know where I would have missed it at.
On it.
Cool. Just enough to craft Sentinel. Alright, that's almost all the projects done. At the library, we still have the Silent Archive to continue researching after they're done with the drug recipe. It feels like we're in the end game now. Let's talk to Verse. As still as an owl on its perch, Verse stares in the direction of Cacophony. A warm breeze from the east playing at the feathers festooning her head.
Fatebinder.
Almost no movement accompanies her subdued greeting. Verse.
I feel my sisters twisting around inside me, Binder. I can't tell whether they're dancing or trying to cut their way out. Or both.
It sounds like you're trying to justify your own tumultuous feelings.
Maybe, like, all this passion, this wild, frenzied lust, it's actually coming from me. I'm just giving it my sisters' voices. Or something.
She splays her fingers before her, apparently taking a vested interest in the ground beneath her nails.
It feels like all that's in front of me is a gorge so wide and so deep that there's nothing to see but wide open air.
She looks at you.
Say we come out of this with minds and bodies intact, you've got the tears and the Overlord has everything else. Then what?
I'll burn that bridge when I come to it.
Damn, Fatebinder. You're sounding more like me every day. I wonder if the voices saw this coming when he tossed me on Law Dog detail.
She releases a peal of laughter.
The voices... I can't imagine him bending the knee to you. Whatever you've got planned, if you're walking into the heart of his power, you'd better be kitted for war.
Yeah, the Archon of Secrets will fall by my hand.
Your confidence inspires. It's positively fucking infectious.
She smirks.
The Voices has more years behind him than a person can rightly imagine. If anyone's ever dug up a way to cheat the Void, it would be him. What if that way is me? We know he was preparing me for something. What if he made some trap door into me? What if he's hiding inside me right now?
How would he do that?
I don't know. Same way he brought people into himself. Maybe it goes both ways.
If the Voices tries to use you as a door, I'll shut and bar it. Permanently.
I don't know if you meant that to be reassuring, but it was. That asshole tries to come out of me. Don't bother trying to set things right. Just slice me up and be done with it. But make sure he's actually through first. Don't gut me just because he starts knocking.
She conjures a grim smile.
Speaking of, any suggestions on what to do if I feel him creeping around in here?
She taps the side of her head. Yeah, figure out who Verse is, and stay Verse.
Now you're going to have me asking how I'm not myself? And don't try and turn me into a sage. We've got shit to do, right? Don't let me hold you up. And thanks, Fatebinder. Arcbinder.
Verse grins. Alright, well, let's grab Siren.
Good day, Fatebinder. What do you need? Well then, let's go.
And sadly, I don't want to remove any of these from my party. We need Verse for where we're going. I guess goodbye to Barrick. I don't want to not have Lantry with me.
Be seeing you, Fatebinder.
We don't really need a tank for... Well, we just really don't need a tank, honestly.
On it.
I guess I'll lead the charge. Like that.
Will do.
I'll be the tank for now. I mean, I have more health than Barrick does anyway. I think he still has more armor than I do. But I have like 100 more health than he has, so I think I'll be okay to tank myself. But yeah, this is our setup for confronting the voices. I think it's important to have Siren and Verse along for the ride. We'll finally get to see Siren in combat, because we've yet to see that, so. Either way, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.